are now whispering that Bill takes this job.
Yeah, I saw Reese across the street this morning says he believes that Bill Belichick will be taking. The quote is, when asked about will Bill Belichick go to North Carolina, Mike Reese, yeah, I think so. Just my opinion. I don't have any inside information on it, but Bill Belichick is a coach, and this is the opportunity to be there. He thinks he's going to be the next head coach of UNC. I just texted a guy who is as plugged in as anybody, and I said, is Reese full of S? And he said, nope, he's going. Or
Wow.
what did he say?
So Bill, I guess, doesn't care about the money. He's got tons of money. He's gonna make more money in the NFL, right?
Yeah. What a great day.
Doesn't care about the money. Doesn't care about if he takes this job. Does not care one iota about Shula's record.
Nope.
Or he's been blackballed out of football and he doesn't have an opportunity.
But I don't buy that, though.
But do you actually believe that, Curtis?
Well, do you believe he's going to North Carolina and turning down an opportunity to coach in the NFL?
Well, I don't think he has an opportunity yet in the NFL. I just don't.
So that's what I'm saying. I believe if he has an opportunity, he would coach in the NFL.
Okay, but only with complete control?
No, I mean, whatever. I'm saying if I were Bill Belichick and I'm 14 wins away,
right,
I would not waste my time on Chapel Hill.
So you don't think Shad Khan is willing to give Bill a head coaching position in the NFL at this point? That's ludicrous.
Yeah,
why? I mean, they didn't offer it to him last year.
Because Doug Peterson was still in charge.
I mean, but if you have a chance to get Bill Belichick, who cares?
Yeah, but I think that maybe some of those coaches thought, like, all right, maybe football has passed him by. I just think that.
Forget about what we think. What do you think the narrative nationally will be if Bill Belichick goes to North Carolina?
He just cares about coaching.
I think it will be Bill Belichick locked out of the NFL.
See, I think he wants to set himself up and his family up for the rest of the term.
He's made hundreds of millions of dollars.
That, right?
No.
Would you do that?
The dude is undoubtedly the greatest coach in the history of the sport. It cannot be argued. Like, he won 6 Super Bowls, and he was a defensive coordinator for 2 more. He is, without question, the greatest coach to have ever lived. And so if he wants to go end his years in beautiful Chapel Hill and with coaching alongside his 2 sons and family, friends, and all that stuff, go for it. Who cares?
Or the challenge could be, I could put myself in a category that there's not many people that have done, which is winning
a national championship, winning a Super Bowl.
3 other guys: Pete Carroll, Barry Switzer, Jimmy Johnson. That's it.
And I'm the greatest coach of all time. So imagine if I could do it in the NCAA and win a national championship there. I just think, like, then it goes back to, yeah, he wants to set his son up.
But you said he could do that in the NFL.
I believe he could do it in the NFL, but this is just a way to guarantee it.
But why? But
yeah, I don't think you can do that.
So you believe that he could be the full guy in charge of the Jaguars?
No, I don't. Yeah, I believe that, but I don't think, when I say set his son up in the NFL, I mean set his son up for a head coaching job in college at some point if he's still coaching.
But we were saying earlier he was on the track of doing that with Washington.
Right. But this is a guarantee.
Is he going to go on the road recruiting guys?
Nah. I think he goes to get the big hitters.
And in all sincerity, I said this last week.
Is like Jordan going to drive him? Or
no,
like,
we're going to take
why
the
not?
bus.
But like, I think Ninko said it on Friday. This is going to be like Dion on steroids. How much NIL money is going to funnel into UNC? He's not going to have to. He's barely going to have to lift a finger to get these kids.
But my thing is, and I mean this sincerely, as a father, I respect the crap out of this. Like, I think it's awesome. I said that last week. The first one to say it. The reason Bill's doing this, and I would support it, is that he's supporting his family. My thing as a observer of the NFL and someone who has watched Bill Belichick compete at the highest level, this is a letdown because we all wanted Bill Belichick in the NFL to compete in the AFCs. Did Bill replace Sean McDermott with Buffalo? How great would that be?
Yeah.
It would be awesome.
Oh, I mean, you heard Boomer say it this morning. Giants fans are screaming for Bill Belichick.
Yeah. So that's why I feel like he'll have jobs out there. If he takes this job, maybe he's just like he's saying, for me, I want a new challenge and I want to see if I can, win a national championship, because we all believe that he would get a head coaching job. Like, I believe that wholeheartedly. But if he takes this job, I think I want a new challenge, and I can guarantee my son will be a head coach.
Here is the great Al from Everett. Hello, Al. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, guys. How are you, Greg? Good?
Doing great. How are you?
UNC.
Oh, this is so embarrassing.
Hey, Greg, aren't you sick of being wrong? If you lie with dogs, you get fleas, buddy. Give it up. Nobody wants him. I told you this for years. He's the most overrated sports person in NFL history. I've been telling you this. And what about you? You know something else? UNC. Okay, talk about Chris Curtis. Talk about the cherry on top for Tom Brady and the exposure of Bill Belichick. You know, I've been meaning to call you. You get this. You're so quick. I mean, they don't want him. He's being blackballed. It's not that nobody just wants him and that the owners haven't been paying attention, that the guy can't pick an offensive player to save his life, and that he treated Tom Brady like a dog in the street. No, it has nothing to do with any of that stuff. They don't pay attention to that stuff. No, you know what's going on. Gerard Mayo is in a total rebuild. He can't tell you that. And listening to you guys crap all over him and defend that tweet that did what he did all these years is insufferable. And I'll tell you right now, next Monday, you got my number over there. Let me on and let me give Gerard Mayo some props. Let me tell him what you've been saying. It's ridiculous. The guy is on the right track. This kid, and you were right, Shine, this quarterback is for real. I told you before the season, lose every game. Lose every game.
So we have to say this, though, now.
I thought you hung up, guy. You lose every game, get the first pick, get two of your best offensive linemen. That's how you rebuild. What are you guys talking about in there? You want to win? Why? So you can get ratings? Is that why you want to? Why do you want to win these games, Greg?
Well, there's a winner or loser.
Why do you want to win 3 more games?
I just happen to like tuning in and watching a team that is competitive. And feeling
so you're selfish.
Yes, I'm selfish. Yes,
is that what it is?
Very selfish.
You know how to rebuild in the NFL?
Al, are you telling me you actually believe that there is not a team in the NFL who is going to be firing or has fired a head coach that would not have interest in Bill Belichick? Not at all.
I've been telling you that for 4 years. I told you he was going to get fired, and I told you he wasn't going to get hired.
Can we just say now that Robert Kraft was right?
What happened? No. They know who he is, Greg. I'm making subs in downtown Boston. I know who he is. I've been following his career his whole life. Forget that. Why do you need to get the first pick? That's how you rebuild. You got the quarterback. Shine was on it. I don't watch college. This kid is for real, Shine. This kid is for real.
Yes, he is, Al.
And all you need to do is lose out, get the first pick, trade down for the 2 best linemen in the country, get a receiver, and get some. And about Elliott Wolf. Did any of you guys in there even know who Elliott Wolf's father was?
Yes. We were just talking about the Packers.
Do?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Fame.
Yes.
One of the best.
Ron Wolf.
One of the best. And he was close. And Wiggy, he was close with Parcells. Mm-hmm. 2 of the best GMs in the history of the game. Something had to rub off on this guy. So give this guy a chance too.
All right,
so far so good.
Al, I'm glad we got to speak to you during the holidays. I will tell you that the chicken pesto with the tomatoes is an award-winning sandwich over there.
You're the best, Greg. Sports is sports. I love you. We're one of the best. You're a great philanthropist. All that stuff. But when it comes to this stuff, UNC, Grego. UNC, the cherry on top.
Can I just say Robert Kraft was right?
About what?
Bill.
About what do you mean?
Moving on from Bill. The rest of the league has shown you that he wasn't an NFL coach.
Oh, I mean, are you going to wait until he takes the job, or?
Right. If he takes the job, Robert Kraft was right.
Greg, Bill will be the head coach of UNC by Friday.
Wow.
Really?
I'll plant my flag on that
Ken
right now.
is going to cry. This is such a great week.
I can't wait. It's going to be so great. I'm so excited.
What a great job by Kraft. Way to read the landscape perfectly.
The crazy part about it is that's going to be the narrative. Like, that is going to be the narrative that people try to spin on it. Is that
it's not a spin, it's a fact. Every other team has had the opportunity to sign him. He's going to college.
He went to because if he goes to college, it's going to happen before NFL teams have the ability to hire him. So last year he was passed over. He had the opportunity to interview in Atlanta, and Atlanta was the team that decided to go with Raheem
And they
Morris.
said that he wasn't even a finalist for the job.
Right. So they were right about it last year. If he decides to go to college, that don't mean that the NFL was right, because he's choosing not to wait till the NFL season is over.
Right. If Tom Brady was cut and he never got another NFL job, it would have been clearly the right decision by Belichick to release him. But he left and won a Super Bowl. In this case, Robert Kraft fired Bill Belichick, and he didn't get another job, so he looks to be right for firing him.
Right. He didn't get another job that following year.
Right.
So
and this year, if he goes to North Carolina,
it's not because he didn't get another job. It's because he chose to go to college rather than.
That may be how you feel. It's not the way the history will view it.
That's my point. The narrative will be written.
It's not a narrative.
Well, the narrative will be written that he was fired from his job
And never got another NFL
and didn't
gig.
get a head coaching job, and then decided to go to college. And that 1 year that he was trying to get back into the NFL, no one hired him.
This is unbelievable.
Hello.
What a shocking.
This is Bill from New London, Connecticut. Hello, Bill.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up?
Hey, just a thought on Bill. Do you think maybe it's twofold that possibly he's trying to set his son up, but then maybe at the same token he's trying to learn how to work with the younger players? Maybe he'll work with them for a year or two.
And then go to the
And
NFL
then
when
back-
he's 74
Yeah.
years. I don't.
Yeah.
I no.
I mean, I love the conspiracy
No.
theories there.
No, I don't.
Set your kid up.
I mean, I guess maybe he's looking at it like a challenge, like it's something he hasn't done.
Yeah.
His best buddy did it forever.
It is interesting.
What's
and a
the
bunch
first
of his
thing
friends
someone-
are in college football right now, too. I mean, Bill O'Brien's at BC, Jed Fish is at Washington.
What's the first thing someone who's been laid off says? Oh, I get to spend more time with the family.
That's what they generally do that.
Right.
Till those checks start drying out.
Exactly.
Do you ever wake up in the night and scream, "I hate Bill Belichick"?
Yes.
Well,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you can't argue the facts,
That's
you
how
can
he
say
goes
it's
to-
personal, but
That's
what if
how
I
he
said
goes to
that's
sleep
wrong?
at night. I hate Bill. I hate Bill. I hate Bill. I hate
Could you
Bill.
imagine after Bill was fired here, you guys thinking that he would never get another NFL job? It would have been laughed at. It would have been blasphemy.
I believe the teams that are there, because there are going to be a ton of teams, I think, that are going to be looking for head coaches.
Great job by Robert Kraft. Man,
And
stick tap.
And the fact that one of these teams wouldn't hire him, that would be stunning to me.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either.
Unbelievable.
I think if you look and you go, because we all said it, and like everybody says it now, even with Bill on. Cowboys fans, can you imagine what the Cowboys record be with Bill? We do it here. Can you imagine what the record be with Bill? So there's no way, if you're an owner that's sitting there watching this, you're a Giants fan going, why the hell wouldn't we hire Bill Belichick?
John Mara has had Joe Judge and Brian Daboll,
Right.
both Belichick coaches who didn't have the quarterback,
Right.
and they failed miserably.
Why not get the guy?
Because the guy without the quarterback is just like the other guys.
Oh, we don't know that. That's the problem.
There's 10 years of evidence
Where?
of Bill Belichick coaching without a great quarterback.
Where was this?
Pre-Tom
the
Brady,
Browns in
post-Tom
here?
Brady?
All right, so pre Tom Brady.
And after Tom Brady.
He coached what?
5 of 6 losing seasons.
4 years with the Browns?
5.
Was it 5 years with
Yep,
the Browns?
he coached
and they
6
made the playoffs, right?
Once.
Right.
5
They
of 6 losing
They
seasons.
made the playoffs, right? Then
So
he
5 of 6 losing seasons.
then he won 3 Super Bowls.
Correct.
He won 3 Super Bowls with Tom Brady, but Tom Brady wasn't the guy at the time.
Well, you
Is
just
he
asked
going
what
to
the evidence
be? Is
was.
he going to be okay with his quarterback in college making more money than he is as the head
Well,
coach?
that ain't gonna
Well, so
happen.
I don't think, but that's
Bill
the
will be
thing.
making about
It
13
doesn't
million
need
a
to
year.
happen because in college football, as Jim Harbaugh just showed you last year, you can still win playing defense and running the football, which is exactly what Bill wants to do. Like I think this makes all the sense in the world. He doesn't have to worry about having
great
some
day.
egomaniac at quarterback.
Right.
He
Yeah.
wants to run the football, play defense, and coach with his kids. Like it's a win-win-win across the board for the guy.
He'll have to give up some money, though. Like the NIL, he'll have to give up some money. He might not be in on like the Bryce Underwood, who's going to cost you $12 million, but he'll be in on, a good transfer portal kid that will be, will give you some money. But I think ultimately when you start to, the way the landscape is, and I talked about this with my lead, the way the landscape looks now in college football, you can easily get a program and turn a program around. Look at Indiana. Indiana went from Signetti, who I believe he was, why do I want to say he was JMU last year? But he turned that program around. They're in the playoffs. SMU in the playoffs, and they were on the death sentence, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Boise State in the playoffs. So all these teams have a legitimate chance.
He needs to get the Michigan sign stealer on his staff.
Ooh, Connor Stallions.
He'll have that guy. He'll be Ernie Adams.
Oh, is everybody coming back with him?
Yeah, you don't think so?
I just hope
Ernie
that
will
they
be
get.
sidelines at at Virginia Tech.
Well, what about Bearish? Is he going to leave Bill O'Brien?
Ooh, good question.
Ooh, that's an interesting one.
Ooh, I just hope they have somebody else to pick out the right wide receivers at UNC. Everything else should be okay.
I don't think Bears leaves.
This is Greg from Marshfield. What's up, Greg?
Hey, good morning, everybody, and happy holidays. Hey, refresh my memory, and I think a lot of you guys went along with it. Wasn't one of the biggest complaints about Bill was he was having a hard time relating to the new NFL players, the younger guys?
Yes.
And now he's going to be dealing with literally high school kids.
Right. That is what he's going to be doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, what a shock.
It'll be all
Honestly, in
young
a
guys.
million years, I would never have said he's going to go to the ACC and coach North Carolina.
No.
Like
Bill Belichick versus
Alabama,
Billy O. It's
Yeah,
going to be great.
I would say Alabama.
Texas,
Texas.
Michigan,
Ohio State.
Ohio State. There could be an opening at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Greg, we have to get the play I cook up for Bill O'Brien to be used against Bill Belichick.
I can't wait to see. They don't play in 2025. Let me see if they play in
Ah,
2026.
just-
By the way, your boys are going to be at alumni next year, Weeks.
Yeah, BC.
Yep.
UMass plays BC. It is. Listen, and there's not a former player out there because Brady and Edelman and Gronk, myself.
Those guys all said they don't believe he'll go to college.
I don't either.
Yesterday.
I would be absolutely shocked. Like, I would be shocked if he went to college. Like, I would be like stunned. I'd be like, I'd have to really be thinking like, why? You know, because I believe if he waits, he'll get a head coaching job back in the NFL, and then, you know, no problem. If he goes to college, okay, why?
Wild.
Is
Just
it really
so wild?
Is it really like to guarantee your son? Because you could say, all right, I'm going to coach 4 more years, but I can guarantee my son that he'll be a head coach for the next, 10, 15, whatever. Like, you can guarantee his future at being a head coach in college.
But I just don't get it because you guys are right. I was wrong a lot about Steve Belichick. Like, he clearly did a better job than I gave him credit for last year. Despite all the injuries, which obviously have impacted the play, Covington has not been what I thought he would be.
Right.
I didn't think they'd miss Steve Belichick. It turns out they may have missed him.
Yeah.
According to Wiggy, he's done a pretty good job at Washington. He seems to be on a decent trajectory.
But it's no guarantee, though.
But would you want to be Steve where your dad's the coach and then everybody knows you're only getting the gig because it's in waiting?
Yeah, I wouldn't care.
Unless you don't have aspirations of being some great football coach and you're content, kind of just doing your thing and coaching football and coaching with your dad.
But it could be that they really enjoy working together.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
could be,
And he doesn't mind it. He could be like, if my dad doesn't help me get a head coaching job, it might be a harder challenge for me because people will be just like, he's just Bill's son. It was all Bill. But at least if my dad puts me in position, now when I become the head coach, it's clearly on me to make it.
Do you know what we said, myself included, when Bill was let go? Why didn't they trade him for something? In hindsight, how silly is that? There's not a job for the guy.
You believe that? I don't believe that.
The notion that he would choose to go to college over coaching the NFL is absurd.
There's no NFL team that can even talk to him now.
Oh, you don't
He's
think
still being
Tom and
paid
Bill
by the
would talk?
Patriots.
Tom runs the Raiders. Their coach is going to get fired.
So you don't think Tom would want Bill at Vegas?
No shot in hell.
You don't think the Bears would want him
As just the head coach?
as the head coach?
The Bears are interviewing Vrabel. Is that accurate?
I haven't seen that.
I saw that this
I wouldn't
morning.
be shocked. That's a smart person to.
My guess is, given Bill's experience with young quarterbacks and given the fact that you want to build something that won't be taken down in 3 years, that the Bears would prefer Vrabel or Brian Flores or someone like that.
Cincinnati, I believe they're going to be firing their coach.
You think they're going to fire Zach
they're not.
Taylor?
Yes, they are.
They let Marvin Lewis be there for like 15 years and he
Listen,
didn't win anything.
Cleveland-
They're not firing Zach
Cleveland's
Taylor.
going to fire their coach. Dallas is going to fire their coach. Jacksonville, we already know what direction they're going in. Did they already fire Doug Peterson?
No.
Okay, but they will fire him.
And Cleveland's not firing Stefanski.
New
either.
Orleans is going to be looking for a new coach. Vegas, we already know. I think there's a lot of us that believe they'll be looking for a new coach. The Giants will be looking for a new coach. and
Jets?
the Jets.
Did you bring up the Jets?
The Jets will be looking, and I believe if the Bucks don't do anything, they'll be looking for a new coach. So there are going to be plenty of teams.
So you think Bill's agent, because Bill can't speak,
Right.
has heard from these teams that are going to be firing their coach, and they're interested in Bill, and Bill said, don't want to hear it, I'm going to UNC.
No, I think what happens is these teams are going, hey, does Bill really want to coach? Like, how serious is he, and how serious is he about working maybe potentially with a GM that's already in place? And Bill says,
But when has Bill ever not been serious about coaching?
no, because that was kind of like the conversation. He's doing a great job. He's got a million different things. He might not want to come back and coach. And Bill goes, hey, if these NFL teams kind of think I'm wavering a little bit, here's how I'm going to prove that I still want to coach. I'm going to do an interview at UNC. Well, he must be serious if he's willing to interview at UNC. If I'm Jacksonville and I'm Shad Khan, I'm like, well, damn, let's get Bill in here.
Yeah,
Could we make a prediction potentially?
Yes.
Pat McAfee at 1 o'clock today. Bill makes an announcement.
I don't think he's going to do that.
I don't know. That's where they have the
Alright.
Aaron Rodgers,
Maybe.
Devontae Adams right there.
Yeah, maybe.
It's wide open now for college
And if you're looking to
coaches.
get young kids, Pat McAfee right
Yeah.
in that